Hey guys, it's SD, your host of the MarriagePix Relationship Podcast, where people with all sorts of backgrounds, challenges, and life experience show us how they make their relationship extraordinary.
Hey Life Pixers, how you doing today? Are you ready for another Marriage Pix episode? Now, after being all about balance, teach balance wellness from Elena, I'm sure you're probably going to be thinking that one of the Marriage Pix is going to be everything should be in balance. And you know what? It's true. But I'm not going to pick that because you know that by yourself. Instead, I picked three other really, really important things that Elena said. And if you hadn't listened to the episode, you probably want to. So let's get this thing going. The very first Marriage Pix I'm going to say is just listen. When your partner tells you something, you want to listen and not make it into a very big deal. Whether they lost their job, broke a glass, did something wrong, got into a crash. That, by the way, I'm just thinking, when I crashed, I remember I came home, I told my mom, like, yeah, I crashed. I completely crushed the front of the car. I already totaled a different car about a year before. And I was like, oh my goodness, are they going to go and like flip my parents' car, not even mine, and like crashed it again? And parents were very just like, it's okay. Are you okay? Are you safe? Like, glad, it's good. That's what I care about. And yeah, they were not happy that a car crashed and the insurance shot up like crazy, but they didn't make it into a very big deal at all, into any deal at all. And so if your partner goes and says, oh my God, I lost weight or I gained weight or whatever side of the spectrum they're on, it's okay. Yeah. So just don't make it into be a big deal, not positive or negative, very neutral. Obviously, it depends on your relationship, and you probably do want to talk about this with your partner to go and figure out how much of a deal they want to make it into. Some people like bigger deals, some people like don't want any deal. Different people want different sort of responses, and you want to make sure you're giving that to them. There's no one set thing for everyone, but remember, just listen. Now, this second Marriage Pix I'm going to pick is by saying, as Tony Robbins says, repetition is key. There's a reason why you're hearing the same things over and over on the podcast. What's actually really interesting about this, I'm just thinking now, is that we're hearing the same things a lot of times over and over on the podcast. And many, many times they're from different people on the podcast. Now, why do we need to hear it again? Why? You already heard it once. One guest already said it. Maybe a second guest said it with a different perspective, because until you implement it, until it's a part of your life and you don't have to think about it, you need to hear it again and again and again and again. Repetition is key. You want to make it part of your life. Now, I like to hear on the podcast that there's different people with different perspectives. So first of all, people say things completely different all the time, and you're not only hearing the same thing. And if there is something that somebody liked, you don't have to take it. You don't have to listen to it, and find something that does work for you. And sometimes it'll be the same type of thing that three different people will say. Let's say just listen. Different people will say it in different ways. And maybe it clicks for you from a certain perspective. But remember, it's okay to hear it again. Put on it again. Put on these episodes again. Read the same marriage book again. Go through it over and over again until you literally don't have to think about it. Now, the very last Marriage Pix I'm going to say is actually another thing that I also learned from Elena was saying from her husband, how he has so many ideas, but he doesn't really implement them. And thinking and intention is really great, but what you really, 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 really need is action. You've got to make sure you are taking those actions. Yes, you are listening to this podcast, and yes, you are thinking, okay, so tonight I'm going to listen to my husband. Tonight, when she says that, I'm just going to go and listen to her. But are you actually going to do that? Thinking is nothing in comparison to action. Yes, you need thinking. Yes, you know how big I am, self-aware. Yes, take that time to think so you don't just waste time doing trial and error, which sometimes you have to do, but would be very beneficial if you don't. But make sure you go and take those action. So we'll finish it off with that. Take action today and make it your best day yet. I'll see you on the next episode.
Did you enjoy that episode? Could you do me a personal favor and subscribe and leave a review? It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much and have an awesome day.